Well, hello, hello. Welcome to our very first live discussion with an incredible partner. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be the very first one you're going to watch through our Facebook or YouTube feed. Then, yes, these are coming to you very soon. So, welcome to our very first Lunch and Learn Business Bites. We are here to share quick, practical tips to fuel your next step. I'm Laura Torres. I'm one of the SBDC advisors here for the Umatilla and Morrow County through VMCC. And I'll be leading this live discussion for you today with special guests, but also guests who are part of a network and across the Eastern Oregon that you need to know more about that will infuse more knowledge to your business. If you're a partner or if you have a special sort of something superpower out there in the community and you would like to be a guest, please reach out to us. We would love to feature your insights and see how we can also bring you in and have an open discussion here with our community. Today, I'm excited to welcome Josiah Barron, who you see right next to me, Executive Director of the Umatilla Chamber of Commerce, to share how local chambers support small businesses, but also how they address challenges and set priorities for the future. Welcome, Josiah. Thank you so much. How are you doing today? And tell us a little more about yourself. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Laura. Yes, as you heard, I'm the executive director here at the Umatilla Chamber of Commerce. I'm excited to be the very first guest here on the Business Bites. So thank you very much for thinking of me. It's been great working with you on some of the projects we have working on behind the scenes. But
Absolutely. Yeah.
a little bit about myself. Actually, I've always been a big supporter of local community and local business. And a lot of my experience of things that I'm doing now at the chamber has been from different areas of different backgrounds. I've had a variety of different jobs that I've done in the past, from being a security to being in a mosquito control to all variety being involved in local initiatives with local government. So each of those areas have come to play a role in helping to share with local businesses. Because even one of my early jobs, I was right there on the assembly line at the onion processing plant. So I know what it's like for a lot of the small business owners or the people that are working those hard jobs, and I have a lot of respect for them.
Absolutely. What a great feedback, or thank you for sharing all of the great, rich career trajectory that you have. And yeah, obviously, as an executive, like you said, you can reflect back to all the different jobs and you can model different challenges that what small businesses um, may anticipate because you've been there from the other side of the seat. You've been the user, you've been the labor, and so that's great. The community has your back and your insights to grow what needs to be supported there within the chamber. So let's dive into a really great question right now, in general terms. But how do chambers spark local success? Since you've been part of the Umatilla Chamber, what has been your vision to see that? How do chambers spark local success?
Yes, so this has been my third year as part of the Umatilla Chamber, and there's been a lot to learn for sure. A big part of that is just listening to people, hearing, because yes, a lot of businesses have similar things, as I'm sure you're well aware of being a business advisor, but then also there's a lot of differences. So sometimes it's listening to see how best we can support. One analogy that I use a lot when I'm talking with people as I've thought through different things or heard from other chamber executives that have a lot more experience than me is the Chamber of Commerce is not there to be a separate organization, but to be a partner, to be a support. So one way that local success can be sparked is, well, the Chamber of Commerce is a network of the different businesses, whether big or small, resource organizations, government agencies. And so the chamber is like a connector in between, helping connect businesses to businesses, or businesses to community, or businesses to other resource agencies to help. They can all work together as a benefit of the community. One other way that I look at it is, if you think of a megaphone, a megaphone in its of itself doesn't do something, but when you have somebody speaking through the megaphone, that amplifies the sound. So if you take one of our business, he is a local business here in Umatilla, say one of our the local salon here. There's just four hairstylists for that work there, but when they're part of the chamber, they may be active on their social media, on their Instagrams or their TikToks or different things. But then when you add that in to the chamber network, which we have 92 members currently part of our network, and you spread that to the whole network, and then you add on just the community subscribers that listen to and get updates about what's going on in the community from the chamber, and then add it on in addition to great partners like yourself at the SBDC, then that makes just those four people at that local salon, it expands their voice and their exposure about their business a whole nother level.
Absolutely. I mean, that is why we are kind of pivoting and adding these live chats so that we don't keep you a wonderful Umatilla secret to yourselves. You're able to expand through that megaphone that you describe, and be able to amplify the voice, your services, your support, and be able to reach a different type of audience, maybe members that you don't know that you have such a great activities going on, and you can also amplify those specific needs or services for the business to a whole new dynamic audience. So I'm so glad that you presented it that way. Thank you so much for sharing. Um, and then one quick, just let's say I just came into my thought. Do I have to be a Umatilla owned business to be part of your chamber?
No, so you don't have to be a Umatilla business to be part of the Chamber of Commerce here in Umatilla. A big part of it is, are you do you do business here in the Umatilla community? Do you work with, or does your organization outreach to people that live in this community? But we have many members that are, for a couple examples, just that I think of off the top of my head, Umatilla Electric or Smith Security. They're both based in Hermiston, but they
The business.
are connected with people in the community here in Umatilla. So that's a many, whether if you take a couple different organizations, whether it's the Horizon Project that helps individuals with developmental disabilities. They're serving the whole area. So no, it's there is a couple other Chamber of Commerce, but we don't get in turf wars, as I say. We don't fight over, oh no, that business can only join the Hermiston Chamber, or this business can join the Umatilla Chamber. No, it's working together for the mutual benefit of our communities.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that and for sharing some examples of established members that do cover our entire region. And then, of course, they complement their services to expand and reach new audiences, which is the Umatilla audience, which is fast and furiously growing, which I want to ask you about that. So I heard Umatilla continues to grow so tremendously. I mean, you guys did. The city itself invested in beautifying the entire main street, and there's so many great shops out there. So, what in your opinion, what are some of those current top chamber priorities for the next year, perhaps, or maybe a few years from now, that local businesses can visualize themselves aligned with yours?
Yes, as just quickly as somebody who's grown up in this area, it's exciting to see all the changes that have been happening in Umatilla. And even there's some people who are not originally from this area, and think that it's still a really small town and there's not much happening. But when you have that perspective of seeing how it's changed even just over the last 5 years, it's exciting to see that growth. But to go to your question, Laura, Yes, a couple of our goals. One thing with growth is you always want to make sure that your organization is staying ahead of the curve of growth so you can help support the local businesses and people that as those changes are happening. One of the things that one of our goals is to make sure that we're providing valuable support and practical information. So one part is professional development. So actually next week or coming up here, I will be attending a leadership conference for the Oregon State Chamber of Commerce, and they'll be discussing different ways that myself as the director of the chamber can help support local businesses. I know for one thing, there's going to be a big workshop about practical uses for AI with all the changing things in the business climate. But so professional development is a big thing on my end, so I can help support and know where businesses are coming from. Another thing is providing practical connection opportunities, not just saying, oh, yeah, we're the Chamber of Commerce, we're the connector, we help do different things. But whether it's we've had successful quarterly luncheons that we've hosted and gotten good feedback from that of businesses saying that they've been able to get referrals or made good connections or connected with other businesses that they didn't know about, and they've been able to collaborate on different things. And so expanding on that, I've been listening to whether it's expanding on the luncheons or doing more creating other platforms or opportunities for connection, whether it's training or whether it's doing more great podcasts or a little live streams like this with SBDC or other partners. So to summarize that, because I know I said a lot, uh, to some of our big goals are making sure that we're continuing to provide practical opportunities of connection for businesses and organizations and seeing what we need to change or add in so that we're providing practical support, whether it's connection with resources or other things, and then making sure that me as the staff am getting a good professional development so I can better serve our members and the community.
Wonderful. That is fantastic. And I'm glad that you are spending and investing time into your personal growth as well, because that you get to replicate and then, of course, bring five new business cards or five new business resources that could definitely make that impact and duplicate efforts for some of those local businesses as well here, your members. So thank you so much for sharing that. Now, with that, with the growth thinking and then, of course, sharing that huge vision ahead, what are some of those upcoming events or activities that are on your calendar right now that are very pressing and ideal for everyone to know now that maybe we should start talking about it now early? Definitely share some spotlight.
Yeah, certainly. One that I would say that's coming up is our annual trick or treat on 6th Street. Sounds like something that, oh, that's for the kids or the families to go to, but it's a great community event of here in Umatilla. We have lots of the businesses get involved. We have our annual business decorating contest, and also we have opportunities for little pop-up booths for other businesses that they may not have a business here on 6th Street in Umatilla, but they want to be a part of the festivities. It's a great way for businesses or organizations to be a part, even though it seems like, hey, you're passing out candy to the kids or other fun things and dressing up. But it's a great connection opportunity of sometimes families that will come through there may think, oh, I didn't realize that that business was here in this area or that organization provide these resources. There's a great connection opportunity too, and it shows people as well of, "Hey, I'm not just here to be making money or whatever different thing it is, because yes, that's a big part of business, but hey, I'm here to be involved in the community." So that will be October 24th, because Umatilla, we've always done it the Friday before Halloween. So you can double dip if you want to as well.
I love that. I love that.
Go to Umatilla and then the other communities.
I love that. Thank you so much. And do you have any more events, any more activities that are coming up that we should definitely talk about it? And by the way, to our members or viewers who are watching or maybe may watch the replay here, we're going to share all the links down below in the comments so that you can connect with Josiah as well as connect with the Chamber of Commerce and definitely go trick or treat a week early and grab your candy and network with a purpose.
So I will keep it down to just a couple. One other, so since there is other things going on, I'll certainly say people can go to umatillaorchamber.org/events and check out our events calendar. We have a lot of our member partners have events on there, whether it's Umatilla Parks and Rec or other organizations of events going on in the community and throughout. So certainly check that out. I know their Umatilla Parks and Recreation has a whole variety of things that they're doing, from mini pumpkin painting to Halloween home decorating contest for Umatilla residents and a lot more things. But I did want to mention actually an event we have coming up that I've had the opportunity with SBDC on is a customer service and hospitality training classes
Oh,
for the
yeah.
local businesses here in Umatilla and the area around the community in both English and Espanol. So that's an exciting part that coming up the and I'll let you interject here in a moment, Laura. You can share a little bit about that. So October 31st, Thursday, October 31st, from 2 p.m. to 3:30 will be the class, the training in Espanol, and then the following Thursday on November 6th will be the training, customer service training in English class.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. And actually, it's Thursday, October 30th. Because we don't want to
Thank
dress
you for
up
that
as
correction.
no, we don't want to dress up as Halloweeners for the customer service. Although we could do a fun workshop in Espanol for Halloweeners on the 30th. But yeah, so yeah, this is this is open and it's open for everyone, right, Josiah? Can we invite our friends from
Yes.
Hermiston, from Umatilla, from everywhere, from Baker County? If you get to watch this from Baker, come on down and have fun with us so that you can learn about customer service, how your team, your employees, the people that drive your business and engage with your day-to-day customers should be adapting best practices to push your business growth in a more positive tone. And that's really what we're going to cover. We're going to cover it in Espanol, like Josiah said the week before, and then a week later in November, we're going to do in English. And it's really intended, again, to coach your staff, your employees, whether they're part time, full time, or seasonal. Everyone should know how to better sell and promote your current initiatives in a better tone, in a better way, to make it friendly so that you get repeat customers over and over. And now I know for sure I'm going to put it in my calendar. The week before dance Halloween is a Umatilla visit, a must, because I know that's a trick or treater early day. So thank you for sharing spotlight for that, Josiah.
Oh, certainly. And it's been great and very helpful to work with you and Jeff on developing that added for it.
Absolutely, thank you. And then finally, just so that we don't make this, so I know you're busy onboarding new members, and then we're certainly getting ready for your training. Are there any current goals, initiatives, anything that you currently looking that our community at large could be part of it and support you? It would be kind of like our call to action.
Yes, I always say that supporting local business, I know with the increase changing in some of the economy and the increasing costs of things can be a challenge at times, but whenever possible, I challenge you to explore your community. There might be some great businesses around that you didn't know about, and I know it can be easy to click the button there for Amazon Prime 1 day shipping, but when you're supporting local business, that is supporting your community as well, because what our community is made of, businesses, and who runs businesses, local people. So I say support your local business whenever possible.
Great. Thank you for that. And I should just plug in that you guys have some incredible and amazing tasty restaurants. I know for sure there's one that I love to go and get away and eat, but also have some incredible agua frescas. And I mean, you have the most amazing places out there, restaurants also as well. So take a break and then get out there, come and drive to Umatilla, and then take a road trip along the Columbia, yeah, River place, and then just do a picnic. So it's really much fun. So, and if you're watching this, these are this is a brand new segment, live chat discussions, SBDC Lunch and Learn Business Bites. So if you watch the replay or you're like, what is going on here? It's an idea for us to bring you closer to some of our partners, additional influencers within our community who are making things happen, like Josiah, and for also for highlight a little bit more of their success and in their current programming. So thank you so much, Josiah, for sharing your time and perspective with us today. Your insights, of course, but how chambers are shaping up the growth and supporting business in Umatilla is truly inspiring. I'm really fond of your work. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. Yeah, absolutely. And to our audience who, again, you get to watch this, thank you for tuning in. We're going to be back here in 2 weeks. So stay tuned. Every other Tuesday, we'll be here with Bite Size SBDC Lunch and Learn so that you can, again, get a little bit more aware of quick, practical tips to fuel your next step in business. So stay connected and let us know how we can support you. Thank you.